We talked about this, I believe, on the bonus show back when it was starting to gain traction, and things are moving forward for Sweden to become a totally cashless country. They're eliminating cash payments at so many places and focusing on electronic payments, credit card, etc. Bills and coins now represent only 2% of Sweden's economy, compared with 7.7% in the United States and 10% in the euro area more broadly. And this year, only 20% of all consumer payments in Sweden have been made in cash, compared to 75% in the rest of the world, according to the Euromonitor International. So what are the upsides and downsides of going cashless? The upsides are, number one, personal safety, right? If you have no cash, you have no cash that could be stolen, whether that's from your home or from your person or whatever. Fraud protection with recourse comes with using electronic payments. That's a really great thing. The possible downsides and the risks are, well, number one, fear of significant increases in electronic fraud, for example. Older adults and refugees in Sweden, for example, are more likely to only have access to cash. They can be marginalized in the economy. And of course, young people who use apps to pay for everything or take out loans via their mobile phones or whatever, they really do risk falling into debt. So I'm in favor of this, Lewis, no question about it. You know that I rarely ever have cash on me. I go out of my way now to try to have somewhere between $20 and $40 on me, and often it will last me a very long time because I barely ever use it. But there are concerns, understandably, and we've seen more cases of digital currency fraud or people getting scammed, et cetera. So there are concerns, but I am absolutely in favor of this.
Yeah, I mean, a lot can go wrong when everything is digital, right?
Sure.
And so if things go horribly, horribly wrong, what do you do when you have no physical form of currency?
It creates a problem, absolutely. Yeah, and that's something that the country is grappling with and aware of. But you have to remember the amount of cash that you really need on a day-to-day basis. People say, well, if credit card processing goes down, we need to have cash available. Fine. But consider that the amount of institutional level money transfers have been electronic for a very, very long time. And of course, if there were something to happen with that system, it would cause absolute economic chaos. But you're never really going to have the cash on hand to handle the massive transfers of money that are happening all the time. So people usually think about, hey, if all of a sudden the grocery stores can only accept cash, it's chaos. People can't get their food. That's not a huge amount of money compared to what we're seeing moving in, institutionally. And that amount of cash hasn't been around for a very long time.
That is true. I mean, most of what is being done and handled is digital at this point anyway. But still, there are businesses that only use cash. It's pretty rare these days, but they will be forced to change over.
Right.
And, I'm not worried about the cyber attacks and that type of thing. We're headed in that direction anyway. That's becoming more common all the time. So, that I'm not so worried about.
Do you regularly carry cash? Like, or how much of your day-to-day do you think you manage with cash?
Not much, but if I'm purchasing something small,
right.
There are many places that have a minimum on cards.
Which, by the way, they're not supposed to. And, good luck explaining that to them. But yeah, they're really not supposed to do that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, still, they do. And there are some things that you have to use cash for. It's, we're not as advanced as they are when it comes to moving in towards the cashless economy. So I try to keep, if I go to the ATM, I'll take out $100. It'll last me a while. It's just good to have on you.